Hello my dear class 10 students. Do you know most students lose marks in English language every year? Not because of literature, not because of reading comprehension, but due to the writing section of English language. Yes my dear kids, you heard it right. Letters, articles, notices, analytical paragraph writing, these all make up your English writing section, and students lose marks in this. These are the easiest, most scoring topics, yet you do lose marks in this subject. Why my dear kids? Because many students think English is about big fancy words and a vocabulary like Sashi Tharoor. No, it is not my dear kids. But let me tell you something. The board examiner is not looking for your big words or your fancy vocabulary. What they are looking for is a secret, and that secret can give you full marks. So let's start. Letter writing. Firstly, we'll discuss the letter writing. Letter writing is 5 marker, right? It is a 5 mark thing that is coming straight in the English writing section. What does it have? It has a format. If you remember or memorize that format and follow that format in the paper, trust me my dear kids, you are not gonna lose a single mark, because in letter writing you do not have the grammar thing, okay? You only have the format, the way your letter looks like. So start with the sender's address, then you write the date. Always leave spaces in between. 1 line space, not 2 line, 3 line, just 1 line space between the sender's address, date, then you have the receiver designation and their address. Start. Okay, one more thing, do not write to the editor, okay? What you need to do, leave a line space, leave a line spacing in between the date and the receiver's designation my dear kids. After that, state your subject and start with salutation. Start with a salutation like sir, ma'am, respected sir, ma'am, okay? Because mostly you will be writing letter to editor, so address them likewise. Then you start with your body. That is details. Now let's discuss the body. Follow the 3 paragraph rule my dear kids. What is the 3 paragraph rule, ma'am? So let me tell you. In the 3 paragraph rule means you need to write 3 paragraphs. The first paragraph will state the purpose. Why are you writing it? Second paragraph will give you the details. Okay, it will tell the details of the matter to the examiner. Third is the conclusion, and always my dear kids, give a positive conclusion, okay? Try to make something optimistic even out of a negative situation, even in your life my dear kids. Next is your English. Do not worry if you do not know the big fancy words. Keep it clear, simple and formal, because the letter writing is a formal concept, okay? You're writing letter to an editor. That is a formal business my dear kids. So that's why you write it simple and formal, okay? In simple and formal English, write it. Then presentation matter. So if this student has written the letter like this, you can see it is very neatly organized and pleasant looking. But if they somehow cut it, the paragraph and everything, okay, it will look messy, and that is gonna cost you marks. So do not do that mistake in your board exams my dear kid. Next is, in letter writing there is one universal sentence trick. So how you start and how you end it, you can just cram the line before going to your paper. Before going to exam, I am writing this letter to bring to your attention, or you can say at the end, I request you to take the necessary action, sir or ma'am. I shall be highly grateful to you. Okay, instead of thanking you, add I shall be highly grateful to you. Obviously do write thanking you, right? Next section is report writing my dear kids, okay? Also one major tip, always follow the word limit. Whatever the word limit is given for that particular section, report, notices, articles, okay? Follow that word limit my dear kids. So format is important. In report writing, the format goes like this. You have a heading, you write the heading in between, okay? On the right hand side, you write the by line. What is the by line, ma'am? The by line means the report is submitted by. So either it is given in the question itself, or you can write your name or any other person name. By, report is submitted by. Then on the left hand side, you write the place which will be mentioned in the question paper, and then you write the date. You can write the date of the exam also. Then start with the introduction. Focus on what when, where. This is the sequence. What has happened? When has it happened? Where has it happened? Okay, that should be your introduction. In the next paragraph, or that then comes your main content. What is the main content? You tell about who, how, and why, my dear kids. Who did it, how they did it, and why they did it. So majorly report is a concise document that is given to explain or give the details of any situation or any incident that has happened. For example, any earthquake has happened or any train accident has happened. Okay, you give updates regarding those in a concise manner, in a concise, clear document. It should not exceed more than 200 words. The board limit is 150 to 200 words. Next, your conclusion should always end on a positive note. Okay, I know if the situation is like drastic, so you can't end it, but if you are writing a report on, let's say, pollution, okay, so you can end it in a slightly positive note. Okay, because examiner are looking for that slight positivity. Next one, always write it in past sentence. Reports are always written in past sentence as the incident has already happened, my dear kids. Okay, do not write it in present form. Next is passive voice. Use passive voice whenever you're writing your report, not active voice. Write it in the passive voice. Then write reports as third person. Okay, so you are not using I, me in the reports. You are telling from a third person POV that this has happened. Okay, next one is the 5 W's and 1 H. 5 W's and 1 H, remember them. What, when, where, who, why, and how. Yes, then the word limit. Again, focus on the word limit, because if you write too much, you are not getting extra marks. If you write less, yes, you will be losing marks. So always follow the word limit. It should not exceed 200 words and it should not be less than 150 words. Okay, that was about your report writing. Next is notice writing. What is the format for notice writing? So you start by stating the name of the organization and the by. Who is the one who is publishing or providing the notice? Who has given the notice? Who has given the detail? Notice is something that is given to draw the attention, okay, to give important information out that this rule has been implemented, something changes has been done in this particular setting. Okay, so firstly you write the heading, and then after the heading you write the by, who is issuing the notice. After that you write your notice, date on the left hand side, heading, date on the left hand side, body of your notice, right? That is the content. Okay, after you write the body, notice doesn't have that much of paragraphs. You just tell what is happening there. Okay, you will be given the question, you need to write the notice regarding that, and you end always with the name and designation on the left hand side. See how organized this is. So at the left hand side, on the left hand side, write the name and the designation. Do not sign. If you want to sign, there is no issue, but always put name and designation on the left hand side. Okay, my dear kids. Next is a capital heading. Your heading in notice writing should always be capital to draw the attention. You are providing a notice, right? So you want people to notice whatever the rule has been, what the change in the rules has been, and what information you are trying to convey, my dear kids. The 5W rule. You need to know what, when, where, who, and whom. So what is the notice? When is it gonna implement, and where will be the effects shown? Who is implementing it? Who is and whom, and to whom it has been implemented to. Then write the name and designation. Do not skip the name and designation. They are very important. Again, the word limit for a notice is only 40 to 50 words, so do not exceed that limit. They come around 3-4 mark. Okay, conclusion, summarize on a positive note. Again, always if you have in notice writing, if you do have a conclusion, okay, do always summarize it on a positive note. Analytical paragraph writing. Yes, this is a new section that has been introduced by CBSE in recent years. What does it have? It will have actually, it is not English section, it is a mathematical section. You will be given a graph, a pie chart or a histogram or any line graph, anything you will be given, and you need to explain that data, analyze it and explain that data in English. Okay, you need to write around 100-120 words, okay, for that particular data. So if they are not checking your vocabulary again, what they are checking are your analytical skill, how you analyze that particular data, okay, what you get from that data. So the format is important. Always data first. Whatever the data is given, write about that data first, then inference, what that data symbolizes, okay, what is the conclusion of that data, what is the inference, what is the meaning that you are getting from that data. Supposedly if you have a population data, so you can infer from that data that yes, the birth rate or the fertility rate in India is decreasing or increasing, whatever it is, okay. Then you do a conclusion. Always give a positive conclusion in your exams. Next is use of comparative words. So when you're analyzing something and you're given a graph, so there will be some comparison in between, right? There will be some increase, some decrease, some highs, some lows. So always use these words: increase, decrease, highest, lowest, higher, lower, trends, okay? Always use them. Then linking words. Use these linking words: overall, however, in contrast, therefore. Just remember 4-5 words. For example, I gave you in letter writing universal line format, right? So just like that, remember these some filler words, okay, so that you do not get stuck on single word. Overall, however, in contrast, therefore. Now the word limit is important. It is around 100 to 120 words, and do mention the numbers, whatever the number is given. So supposedly there is a percentage given, 91.2% or something data is given, okay. Always mention that data by numbers only. Write 91.2, simple, okay. Do not conclude it, write 91.2% in English. Do not do that. Always mention the numbers, years, percentage, trends, whatever is given, okay. That will make your data look more scientific, okay. The examiner is not checking your English knowledge there, they are checking your analytical skills. Next, no personal opinion, my dear kids. Do not give any personal opinion in reports also, in notices also, and in analytical paragraph writing also. Do not give that, okay. Article, they ask you your opinion, that too, but always give your opinion in a positive manner, in an optimistic way. End the things in a positive way, my dear kids, just like we are ending this class, okay. So all the best for your board exams. I hope you learned something out of it. You enjoyed the hacks. All the best.